Hello and welcome to my video. Today I'm going to show you a handheld printer, and this one is by a company called WELCZEK WK01 model number, and it's a 1/2 inch width of a print area. They also do a WK02 which is 1 inch. This one I got from Amazon for £369 in the UK. In America probably you pay the same, but in dollars. Like all my other video, this is an unscripted experience of my shopping. Good or bad, you can tell me in the comment section. Once you get it out of the paper box, you are greeted with an aluminum box like this. Inside the box, you are presented with the actual gun. I will call this a gun. And this one have a large touch screen. Battery is a lithium ion battery. The downside of this kind of printer is that the cartridges could be expensive and they prone to dry out as well. So if you don't use it a lot, then make sure you cover it. To power it or to recharge the battery, you got a 3-pin plug. You get a metal plate which help you to align the printer with whatever material that you got to print on. Having this against a hard surface will actually make the surface flat, and that is very important to get a good result. And the actual ink cartridge, and a stylus, and a few kind of a rubber gasket, and then a USB stick for your images and stuff like that. It can rest upright, but I think most people will just lay it like that. So turn the power on the side here, you got a power switch, and it will boot up to greet you with a screen. Now the screen is nice and bright and clear, and that's the whole point of me choosing this particular model of a handheld printer. There is other on the market, but I think this is the only one with a big screen like that. So the menu system do take some time to get used to. I got my USB stick in there. So basically this is all the function on the screen. Let's say you want to start a new screen. So you create a new screen. Import image. So you got symbol which is already in there, but mostly a Chinese. I don't know why you got Chinese on there, but if you don't want it, just delete it off the print screen. So this window here is your print screen. Images wise, USB, so I got all this stuff on there. So I already got, like, for example, JPEG import, or QR code, so here you adjust the size. When you're happy, press the tick. It goes into print screen. In here, you either pull the trigger or you press that button and it will start to print out. It's as simple as that. To type free text, you go to the text logo. And then the text will come up here. For text, you can increase and reduce the size by just clicking this button, and you can put it anywhere you want. So that's quite simple. It does have a function to generate barcode as well. So for simple stuff like website, www. It does work, but I prefer to use a QR code generator on the internet and then import it in JPEG. I find that cleaner. Because it's only a 1/2 inch print head, so you need to fit a lot of information on that 1/2 inch. If you put too much data, the QR code becomes full of dots, and I find that sometimes very difficult for it to print the details that require for the camera to pick up the code. Counter here, yield, it tells you how many times that you have used the scanning or the rolling. Yeah, a close-up of the printer. So this is the roller, which tells the print head that something has passed in the front. USB port on the side here. To charge it, you got a DC in, power switch. Top is where the cartridges go in and out, and this is the print head. And it's very important that whenever you're not using the machine, in the instruction actually say that, you know, even if it is like 10 minutes, make sure you take the inkjet cartridge out so it doesn't go dry. So you take it out, and you see that little gel pad in the front. And like that, and it will stop the printer head from drying out. So this can go, now can be stored until you need it next time. And when you do need them, to use them, take off the cover, slot this in, make sure the print head go into the window, and then push it in, and now this is ready to go. It's just like clocking a gun. So thank you for watching. You can view it by pressing that button and it scrolls through it for you. If I bring it closer, just so that you guys can see it. Literally, I just use my stylus to like poke it, and it's coming up. Basically, you can make the viewing stop, left, right, just to see what you have typed. Alright, so let's see if it works then. I'm just going to freehand it on this smiley box right here. So to print it just like a gun, you point it at where you want to print, press it down, and you roll it. And that's how it's supposed to work. So if I press the trigger, there we go. Can you see that? Let me bring it closer. Yeah, I want to say it for you guys. So thank you for watching. You guys make this channel possible, and I get to play around with all these gadgets. So yeah, if you want to freehand, all you need to do is just press it and hold it. If you don't press the trigger, nothing will happen. But if you press the trigger, it says printing, and then you just line it up where you want to print and just roll it. How fast or slow, it doesn't really matter. That's why the motor here will kind of sense how fast or how slow you are going. But this kind of machine is supposed to be really quick, so even if you just like, you know, swipe it, then it will happen. I mean, this is all good if you don't need to be precise and you just want to print it anywhere, you just freestyle anywhere. But you can see that if your hand is not straight, the printing will be curved as well. So to print properly, let's say you don't want to make a mistake and you want to print correctly, that's why you will need one of these metal plates. Now the narrow side of this is what this printer will do. The 1-inch printer uses a different window. Things with a really curved surface, like for example this jar here is a glass jar, so it printed on it, but it's not really usable because of the curvature. Here, this machine here, the width of the roller and the printer head, it just won't print on it. Even if I aligned it really carefully with the metal plate, it's still not enough for the printer head to print on it, unless you kind of roll it at the same time, which is really hard. If it is simple like date or drawing, it should be okay. But my aim is to get a working QR code with the 1/2 inch printer head. I think with the 1-inch printer head, you get a bit more leeway. But with this particular model, it doesn't really work on really curved glass. So once I printed it, then I want to see if it is water resistant and rub resistant, and then how to get it off or what will smear it. I think those are the things that previously people want to know with a machine like this. Okay, first up we got a old t-shirt. So that lay on perfect. Okay, then we have metal. Okay, so that printed kind of perfect as well. Now I got a plastic jar, but this one is curved, so I want to see if it will work. So that doesn't work because the roller didn't touch the surface. No, so that, oh, it did print, but it's really hard to do a round surface like that. Okay, let's try again. Okay, so with the metal plate, I think it helps a bit, But you can see that on the curved surface is kind of hard to do. Maybe that would be better. And you can see it prints a bit better that way. Rather than following the curve, you go like that, is kind of a bit better. All right, so I got a clear, I managed to print a clear time on it. So that one was good. This one looked a bit smudged because it wasn't a flat surface, so it's not really fair. Let's print it on this side. This side is hard. There's already got a QR code on that one as well. Okay, that seems all right. I'm still at the practice stage, so I'm not 100% perfect, but it's not that difficult. So for example, on metal, because it's nice and flat, so nothing much can go wrong. So I don't know if you can see it, but let me come closer. If you can see that, the QR code and the thank you for watching come out really nicely. Let me catch the light on that. Yep, so you can see now. Now, if I put my phone, I got an iPhone with a QR code built in. So if I put that in view, so automatically it brings me to the website. So that passed the test. So printing on flat metal, it works perfect. Now it's a solvent-based paint, so I'm not sure. I'm not expecting it to come off with just water alone. So once you print it on metal, it's not coming out. But if you rub it really, really hard, of course it will kind of wear off the ink layer, but just a simple like rainwater on it is not going to come off. And I guess really just to show you guys, if you want to get the ink off, you will have to use some kind of a solvent. So this is acetone for nails, and it comes right off. Water will not rub it off, but acetone will do it. So cardboard boxes, this one I printed. Let me come closer so you guys again. So let's have a closer look. So this is thanks for watching. And those are the QR code at the beginning. But once I clean off the print head lightly with a tissue paper, it comes out a lot clearer. So again, let's try and read. Oh, picked up already. So again, this one works. So cardboard boxes, good. But it has to be flat. So if there is any flax like this, especially when there's a curvature, and then you try to use the roller on it, sometimes it get a bit smudged. But for big handwriting like this one, no problem. But if you want to do a QR code with 1/2 inch of print head, it does have to be perfect. So how about t-shirt? A lot of people want to print on clothing and material. So let me show you. Nice and clear print on here. I'm quite impressed actually with such a simple thing that I download on the internet and resize it. The QR code, let me see if it works. If it works, then it will be brilliant. There is not enough detail on the cloth to bring up the QR code, although it does look like it's printed well, but it's not coming up. Nope. Oh yeah, it does. So it does work, but maybe because the printer head wasn't clean when I print this. So let's try do that again. Okay, so like I say, I cleaned the printer head after I printed some of the other stuff. So now this one, you can tell the color is a bit darker as well. Yep. Works. Yeah, so if you want to buy something like this and make your own logo on t-shirt, it does work. And in terms of can you rub it off, is it waterproof? Again, well, it's kind of not smearing or anything like that with water on it, so but it does fade a lot faster than the metal. The metal, you need to rub it really, really hard. But this one, I find that even if you just rub it with your hand, it kind of losing the color a bit. Maybe it's just me, but anyway. Clothing, Okay, I think it worked. Okay, glass. Now this one is interesting because it's really hard to get a good print on the glass, because all the glass that I have is kind of a lot of curvature. So let me see if it worked. So I got quite a few here, but I don't know if they will get picked up. So the only way to know is to try it, right? Doesn't really want to. Nope, that one doesn't really work. Maybe because of the curve. I'm not too sure. Do I have anything else glass? Okay, I do have a glass top here for my snack. Maybe that will work. I don't know if my wife will be happy about seeing all this barcode on her Tupperware. Yep. So yeah, it does work on all surfaces. It has to be flat. And this one seems to come off. So glass came off after printing. So let's try it again. Okay, we leave that one to dry, and then we try and wipe it again in a minute with just water. Again, does it work? The QR code. Yep, it works. Does it wipe off? No. So waterproof on plastic? Yes. So the possibility of the use of this thing is great because, like, you know, it's portable and you can print on multiple surfaces. As long as the surface is flat enough and you are comfortable enough to kind of a sweep motion, then, you know, QR code, quite sensitive to be honest, for just like 300 dot by 300 dot resolution, it will work. And they all waterproof because it's kind of a, what do you call them? A solvent based ink. Oh, it's coming off. Interesting. So the glass one, it came off. So non-porous material, it comes off like glass. You just wipe clean off. But metal, especially the brush kind of a metal, it kind of, the ink hold on really well. Buffles, you learn something new every day. But I guess for glass, if you are to use it to print on glass, then you might have to have a seal layer to make sure that the ink doesn't come off. Yeah, they do wipe off. So I hope you find my information useful. Any question, put it in the description down below and I will try and answer it as much as I can. Can't wait to see you next time with more interesting gadget. Bye bye.